Number 104 asks you to solve the system by elimination. Okay, well, I'm going to use the previous system instead of the system of problem number 104, just because I've already talked a little bit in the preceding video about how we might solve this. But I'm not going to do exactly what I said there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to write the system in a different order. I'm going to write it as 4x plus 2y plus z equals -4. And then negative 8x plus 16y plus 2z equals -12, and then 7x plus 4y plus z equals -3. Okay, now just in this order, I've got a plan that's going to make it a little easier to solve the system. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just add twice the first row to the second, because that'll eliminate x from the second row. So I'm going to do 4x plus 2y plus z equals -4. I'm not changing the first row. If I add -2 times this row to this one, -2 times 4, I'm sorry, I think I might have said -2. I'm going to add double the first row to the second because I've got a negative here. I'm going to get 8x here if I double the first, and I have a negative 8x, which is going to give me 0. And then double this is 4y added to 16y is 20y. Double this added to this, 2z and 2z is 4z. And double the -4, I get -8 added to -12 is -20. And then I'm going to do 1/7 of this row. So just I'm going to have I want to do that. Now I'm going to leave it the way it is. 7x plus 4y plus z equals -3. I could have done that. Okay, but there's no reason. Now I'm not writing down, as I did in the more detailed lectures, okay, more detailed videos, exactly how I do this. I'm not going to carry this all the way through. I'm just going to give you the flavor of it. So what do I do next? Well, I'm going to want to eliminate the 7x. I really want a 1 here. I really want just x here. So I'm going to take another step, and I'm going to do x plus y over 2 plus z over 4 equals -1, taking 1/4 of this row. And then I'll have the second row and the third row. Okay, so I just took and I rewrote the whole system. I just did one operation. I want to do one operation at a time. I don't want to combine them. Then I'm going to multiply this row by -7 and add it to the third row, and that's going to eliminate x in the third row. And I'm not going to write the 0 anymore either, because we know there's no 0. I have done first row, second row. That wouldn't have hurt to multiply this row by 1/4 or something like that, but I chose not to do that. Then multiply this row by -7, add it here. That's going to give me a -7x added to 7x, so that I get 0x. Okay, -7 times y over 2 is -7 halves of y. This is 8 halves of y. It's going to give me 1/2 of y, so it's going to be y over 2. And -7 times this is -7/4, 7z over 4. This is 4z over 4. -7/4 and 4/4 is -3/4, so I'm going to have -3z over 4. And -7 times this is -7. Added to -3 gives me -10. Now I might well have made a mistake in some of that. But possibly not. Okay, well, I can continue, and maybe I'll do a couple more steps. If I divide this by 20, well, I don't want to do all that. Okay, I'll leave it to you. I'll do one more step. Just rewriting the first two equations, except the second equation, I'm going to multiply by 1/20. That's just going to give me y plus z over 5 equals -1. Just -20 over 20 is -1. And then this row is still y over 2 minus 3z over 4 equals -10. And now you see that I can add -1/2 of this row to this row to give me 0. So I'm going to have x plus y over 2 plus z over 4 equals 1. Y plus z over 5 equals -1. And then I'm going to have 0 here. And I'm just going to write etc. down there. I'll leave it to you to do that. But what I end up with is 0 plus some multiple of z equals something else. I can divide by whatever the coefficient of z is, and replace that row with that, and then I have my value of z. Z equals something. I can take that value of z and plug it in here. Now I have a number, y plus some number equals -1. I can solve for y. Now I have a number for z and a number for y, and I can plug them into here, and I have my solution. Okay, plug them into here, solve for x, and I have my solution. I can also continue this reduction process. I could add -1/2 of this row to this one, which would eliminate the y term here. Okay, and once I've solved for z down here, I can add if I've got z equals here, I can add -1/5 of this row to this row, the remaining row or whatever I've got, and then I've just got y equals. Okay, and then I can take that value of z, I can take that equation and add 1/4 of it to this one, and now I've eliminated my z term up here, and I'll just have x equals something. So there are all kinds of things I can do, and this is a procedure that's in the very early part of the course, and one that you should be very, very familiar with at this point. Again, if you're not, do more problems, practice. Make sure you check your solutions in the original system of equations, and so you get feedback of whether you're doing it right or not.